And we just got to wonder what adjustments Rodriguez is going to make. Because if they're not made early enough, this really could get a little bit looser. That first half was exceptionally tight. It was only 2-0. But Chicago really made the necessary changes as they press again with Mackenzie shooting just wide left.
Volley throw.
And not able to find the rhythm is Olay. Caitlin Wilkowski letting the ball get under her foot. You got to keep that heel down when those passes come. As we see the talented Evelyn Flores come out. And Olay looking to take 2 on. Not a wise move as Mackenzie Rogers puts it in front of goal. As we see Yuridia Hernandez battling it out with Natalia Diaz. Rogers now working alongside Hernandez, wearing the number 23. And Rogers with the shot. And denied by Sarnicola. On the speed of Hefner. Oh, beautiful feed and a wonderful finish. And just like that, the Chicago House take a commanding 3-0 lead here with just slightly over 6 minutes left. A pass and a one-touch finish make it absolutely no mistake about it whatsoever. And it has been all Chicago so far here in the opening quarter of this first half. And Ramon Hernandez and Gil da Silva have to be absolutely elated with the start as Grand Rapids try to get it in. As Hefner putting the ball safely out of bounds as they can reset their defensive formation. And a quick counter by Chicago, and that's the last girl you want shooting. Rogers with a rocket, denied by Sarnicola. And even with the 3-0 lead, we see Flores coming out of her goal as the 5th attacker. And Chicago have absolutely no fear. And a key reason why they sit atop of the standings here in the FCS Women's Division. And both teams clinching their spot into the playoff round. Everything will culminate in Lansing City on the weekend of March 28th. Oh, and a great move by Chicago, putting it in front. And she just ran out of bounds. And it appears to be a cumulative foul called against Chicago, the first of the match. And again, if you're new to futsal, you get 5 accumulated fouls per half. And once you hit that, it becomes a 10-meter PK. One of the greatest rules in futsal, totally rewarding technical skill and punishing over physical defending. As the ball going into the goal area, but no one home to bury it for Olay. The Chicago now pressing. 1v1 battle. Again, a defensive lapse, and Rogers with the shot, again denied by Sarnicola. This could easily be 4 or 5-0 now if it wasn't for Sarnicola in goal. And Mackenzie Rogers, very keen to extend her lead atop of the scoring charts in goals and points. And a low shot forcing Sarnicola to get down. And she punts at the length of this 40 by 20 meter pitch. And Laura Garcia, the strong defender, getting her minutes now. As Rogers absolutely strips Olay of the ball. Oh, great move again by Rogers. Oh, a spin move. Is she going to finish this? Oh, that would have been an absolute golazzo and a half so had Rogers buried that in the back of the net. Let's take another look. Pressing L2 and toggle stick in real life. Left-footed shot. And Mackenzie Rogers, an absolute treat to watch every single week here in the FCS. And I can imagine that would have certainly been the play of the week in every division. Men's, women's, or FCS Futures. Probably the opening segment in the FCS third half show, which comes every Thursday at 8 p.m. on the FCS YouTube channel. And Chicago pressing again. Point-blank opportunity and making no mistake this time. And the house is on fire. 4-0. And a great low shot, putting it in the bottom corner.
Hold it.
And we got a timeout called now. Each team getting one timeout lasting 1 minute per half. And while we're waiting and seeing what the coaches got to do, they need everyone to step up. And if you need all of your marketing needs stepping up, everybody does. There is only one place you should call, and that is Ally Marketing, the official supporter of futsal in the USA. And of course, here in the FCS, Ally Marketing. Let's be friends.
No playing on the court today. Sorry, guys.
We see Coach Fabian Rodriguez, the most successful coach in the Futsal Champions Series, suffering his first loss. The man was going with 20 wins and one draw. And the loss against Chicago last week, the first. And it's not starting to be a long day for the successful Rodriguez, as his Olay Futsal Club is down currently 4-0.
Futsal's a game of counters, bro. It's a possession game. Yeah, we have to go grab them. Yeah, inside, I think.
And Olay, even though they've clinched the spot into the playoffs, they're really going to need to crack this nut and solve the puzzle that is Chicago. Again, the championship culminating on March 28th in Lansing, Michigan. It will be a futsal festival of epic proportions as the men's championship, women's championship, and the FCS Futures all taking place at the beautiful baby blue court in Lansing. Don't you miss it. Oh, and a great run by Chicago, finding a gap through the center and then opting to go wide right. Was the Chicago forward. And Olay finally getting a little bit of a threat, but just putting it wide of the goal. And it appeared to go off a Chicago defender before trickling past the goal line. Or the referees opting not and giving that throw. And instead of going long range, Flores drops it off to her defender. Oh, and an errant pass. Fortunately for Rodriguez and Olay, not able to be capitalized on by Garcia. And a good battle. And Chicago will edge that out and retain possession coming from goal. And Hefner using her size and strength to try and bully through the center of the court. Gutierrez now. They're going to find some space, but not able to do so. And she'll take the inbounds as we see the head coaches, Gil da Silva and Ramon Hernandez, got to be absolutely over the moon with this 4-0 start. They got their team playing in fifth gear already. Chicago taking the inbounds. Just this raw talent for the Queens in aqua green. The winner getting to skip the semifinals and head straight to the championship match. And right now, Chicago is in that driver's seat and on cruise control. It's pretty much a pre-final today. And it looks like their raw talent is coming through. But Olay with a chance finally. Oh, and instead of shooting, opted to go to the far post looking for the tap-in. And a key opportunity missed. As we see Sydney Ryan not in sync with her winger, was lurking. Chicago, a quick break. Look at the speed on the left. Takes the shot. And getting a palm on it was Sarda-Nicola. And that's what Chicago love to do coming out of their half. They've just exploited the flanks. Not just early on here in the first half, but also last week. You got speed like that, you take advantage. Good passing, Olay with a chance. Can they actually get a meaningful shot on target? that one. Off Flores, the follow-up, and it's over the bar. As we see the speedy Caitlin Hazer playing the pivot position, but offensively she exploits that flank and it does it yet again. Look at the speed on Hazer, but it just goes out of bounds. And a sigh of relief from the Olay defenders that just can't keep up with a speedy pivot. Now, America Lemus wearing the number 3 at the bottom of the screen. As Olay press with the 5th attacker, Lemus looking to find the speed. Who's in front? Oh, the shot! It was going cross crease. It actually hit off the post. A beautiful layoff. The ball still in action after a save by Flores. And Chicago still holding it down at the back. And a key opportunity. Will the shot hit the target? Oh, it went off a defender and off the crossbar. Olay getting their best 30 seconds of the match so far. 2 key opportunities hitting the iron. As we see Nathalia Diaz and the shot going off of the head of Ximena Magana. An accumulated foul called against Chicago. It was a rolling foul. And it probably was that grab of the shoulder.
Chicago AC.
The referee doing a good job to let the play continue. And a timeout now called by Chicago.
Refs. Fouls.
And Hernandez and Da Silva going to give his girls a break. And speaking of a break, if you want a wonderful break on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central Time, click on YouTube, head to the FCS YouTube channel. You're already here, you know where it is. You got to check out the third half, the official show of the Futsal Champions Series. We had a great episode 2 days ago, just featuring interviews with the stars, the coaches, talking about all the storylines in action. And we previewed this game, and we knew Chicago was going to come out hard, and my goodness, have they done that so far. Currently with a 4-0 lead over Olay Futsal. With less than 3 minutes remaining here in the opening 20 minutes. Flores coming out of her goal. She's been an incredible shot stopper. We alluded to Olay's best play against Chicago was in the opening 5 minutes last week. But Flores shutting the door each and every time. And a solid pass in the pivot position. Turns around with the left footer. Easily handled by Sarnacola. Caitlin Wilkowski, the number 11, running into the center position, but instead opting to get it. Down to the wing. And a little bit of give and go by Olay. Finding the open spot, the left-footed shot, instead hitting her own player and going out of bounds. As we see Luna backtracking to make sure nobody gets into play. Good pass right at the top of the goal area. Instead going over to the right wing. Chicago looking to get their fifth. And a big shot forcing a dive from Sarnicola. And it'll be a corner for the house. And the scoop goes cross court. Flores coming out now, leaving the empty net. Big risk can come reward, but Flores has absolutely no fear. It is a valiant effort by Ashley Ladner to try and challenge and push Chicago a little harder than they have. And it's going to take a lot of defensive pressure, forcing Chicago to make the mistakes, but they're just so quick. And there's an example of that. Quick pass, cross crease, and Sarnicola not getting a touch on it, but waiting on that far post to tap in. Not able to keep it inbounds was Ximena Magana. As we see Ryan, a speed of their own. Always works well in tandem with Luna. And some decent ball movement across. Olay putting together more than 3 or 4 passes consecutively. The ball's still in play in the goal area, and that's definitely going to be a foul. And can Olay, with this dead ball situation, get it, as we see an easy call for the officials? We'll see what Fabian Rodriguez may have in his bag of tricks from the set play. And it certainly would give a little bit of wind in the sails for Olay if they can capitalize and get a goal. And Chicago defensively just rock solid last week and tonight. Barely allowing Olay to get a shot on target. And Olay now with some space and opting to throw a cross crease. And it seems another foul called against Chicago. So they'll have another dead ball scenario. So just about 2 meters away from the 6-meter goal area. You have to wonder what kind of movement they're going to make in this dead ball scenario. Opted for the shot. And not causing any concern for Flores and Chicago. A long-range effort. Just at a touch for the roving forward. Ladner. Again, working with Luna, seeing what they can conjure. Ladner opting for the pass. The attacking keeper scenario here for Olay. But Chicago's defense smelling that a mile away and shutting down any available gap. Ladner just trying to volley it towards the goal. Sometimes great things happen when you put it on goal, but in this case, Chicago on the counter. And they'll get a corner kick now. It's the referee blowing his whistle. And the scoop from the corner easily handled by Sarnicola, who punts it down the length of the court, and Flores, probably the easiest pickup she'll have all night. And good pressure by Olay. The pass and an opportunity. Lays it off, and the shot denied by Flores and cleared as the ball was trickling towards the goal. The Chicago House defense is absolutely on point tonight. They're all in sync. All 5 players really coming through. It was a nice little layoff, and the shot denied by Flores. The referee calling for Sarnicola to distribute the ball again. Here comes Ladner. The shot hitting the side of the goal. And that was the last opportunity of the half. And it is the Chicago House on fire tonight as they are up at halftime 4-0 over Olay Futsal Club.
Nope. If you could please get off the court, please. If you're not player or staff, off the court, please. Sorry.
Wondering what Fabian Rodriguez,
Thank
Lito
you.
Esquivel, and Samuel Esquivel got to do to get back into this game. And they'll break for halftime. That's perfect. And we will be back for the second half of this encounter between number 1 and number 2 in the FCS Women's Division. Chicago 4, Olay Futsal 0. We'll be back shortly.
They're currently down 2. Here's Hindich at the near post. She slots it in. What a placement.
Yeah, fantastic.
From number 9,
placement.
Medina Hindich. We take another look.
That's what,
Wow.
You know, Olay has to be frustrated with the goalkeeping. I mean, he's going to be the best pivot in the league. Best pivot in the league. Yeah, you know, I mean, we really hadn't even talked about him yet today. So incredible on the ball. His ability to hold up play, his ability to allow the offense to run through him, his creativity, his ability to capture the ball and spin and shoot and score. It's just really one of the best in the league. I mean, him and Trezor Crispane, I think, are the best, the most solid traditional pivots that we have in the league.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised with how we did. I feel like we did compete to the level that we could. I think you could definitely tell like our lack of experience. I think some of our goals were generally just some mistakes, and I think it's like a combination of nerves and just not, having the experience playing at the pace that we were playing. It's really fast, and I think if we tighten that up, like, we could have, stayed really, like, there with them, which is cool. I think for our first game, especially going against a team like Olay, I was really proud of the way we played.
Yeah. Taking things inside towards the left. Working with Madison McCarthy. And they get it into the back of the net. That was Jenna Lee, number 4.
Great build-up play right here from Lansing City just to continue to work it in. Jenna Lee made a fantastic play. You want to make that pass to the back foot and really give your teammate an opportunity just to slide it home first time, but Aldama was not able to handle it.
Midwest are able to work it up. How about this back post? A pretty goal. Raul Montañez doubles the lead.
Look, Aldama could not handle the pass to put it away himself, so he said, you know what, Montañez, I'm going to give it back to you, Raul. With a little back heel flick, just roll over, give it back to him. Montañez.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
The attack.
Kleppel now with it. Space inside. Shot. He finds the back of the net. Lansing City up by 1.
We haven't said it yet this season, but what a rocket from Jeremy Kleppel across.
Lyle turning his back, trying to get in front of it and also protect himself as Kleppel finds the side net and gives Lansing.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Nice run out of here at Lansing City. Oh, excellent play. Lansing City with a goal. We were just talking about Ole's ability to make the extra pass, and wouldn't you know it, Lansing City does the same exact thing.
Just to comment about Jinga, another reason why the story is different this year for Lansing City is Jinga's team looked a lot better on the road than it did last year.
They did, yeah, they looked a lot better, and that's the part for me that I start to wonder about is some of these tactical decisions, because they have the effort, they're getting more talented players like Ewal Bagasi. He looked like a really strong player, and he's new to futsal as well. Shota Takabarake, he continues to have an impact every time he comes out.
Keeper play was good.
Yeah, keeper play
Jason
was
Clemson. Like, if I'm a fan of Midwest and I watch that game, and we have what I would be, in my opinion, one of the best keepers in the league, and he's not playing the second half.
And to Marco, what we saw, he gave up 6 goals. Lucario was in there for 20 minutes. First half, didn't give up any. And so, that's a huge disparity.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Welcome to the Ally Marketing Halftime Show. Ally Marketing, let's be friends.
And we are back for the second half here in the FCS Women's Division. Match of the week, number 1 Chicago House running wild on Olay Futsal Club in that first half.
Hey, Cesar, lately I've been catching myself like this. Flex it. Am I not muted anymore? Uh-oh. I will try my best. Otherwise, I'd have to switch to cam 2.
And we're wondering what Olay are going to do, what adjustments are necessary. Certainly, they're going to have to rely off of the goal-scoring prowess of their star, Sitali Luna, the leading goal scorer on this team, second only to Chicago's Mackenzie Rogers coming into today's match. Second place in goals and total points. But as we see, this Chicago House team is fired up, and they are raring to go and add to their 4-goal lead. And you got to make sure tonight you tune in as Shoreline take on Lansing in the men's division, and the big match between Olay Futsal Club versus Detroit Imperial at 8 o'clock. As we get the second half underway. And a great move. Chicago putting it in front of goal. Easily scooped up by Sarnicola. And the high defensive pressure forcing Olay to make the turnover, and now they'll attack. And Rogers definitely maneuvering. So confident on the ball, and a shot hit real hard, and that'll result in a sub. This futsal ball's no joke. A lower bounce ball than a traditional soccer ball, size 4. And McKenzie absolutely confident to handle 2 pressing Olay defenders. Rogers just going through Olay like a hot knife through butter. And the House will get a corner. Flores coming out, taking the shot. Oh, hitting McKenzie. Mackenzie Rogers, tough as nails, is Chicago getting the first foul of the half. As we see Flores using that strength and causing Olay's player to come off, limping off, as we take a look at the star, Callie Hafner. 3 goals and an assist last week. And just like that, Chicago get their 5th of the game. And we see the smiles with the long-range effort on the open net. And we talked about the hat trick last week. Hefner going airborne, perfectly placed. And she also scored an open netter last week. Hefner, court awareness is absolutely on point. She's been such a valuable part of the Chicago House success this season. And they are poised to get that bye into the championship. And they're not going to rest on this 5-0. They are going to take it to Ole every single time they can. And there's Hefner again. She was looking for that left-footed shot, but she's so patient. Lays it off. Ooh, and a rocket left footer just sailing slightly over the bar. And the determined focus of this house side. They play from the opening whistle right down to the final buzzer each and every single game. And Chicago pressing in, and that's the last person you want going against you is Rogers, who's fouled. And that'll be the first cumulative going against his. Rogers brought down by Citali Luna. Rogers now having a discussion on what they want to do from this dead ball scenario. Rogers taking the shot. And a mishit will result now in Ole coming out of their zone. It's Caitlin Wilkowski. Gives it up, and Hefner in a battle that's won by Ole. Always a great battle to see. Citali Luna versus Hefner. And another accumulated called against Chicago. Can Ole crack this clean sheet? Big shot. And unfortunately for Chicago, that's going wide over. As we take a look at Chicago players Rafa Hernandez and Vinny Da Silva. Big supporters of the women's game. They've been great so far this season as Hefner goes in. And the shot palmed away by Sarnacola. Chicago with a corner. And shot directly into the chest of Sarnacola, who opts to go for the long-range effort. And Flores was tracking back, but didn't have to worry as that went 4 or 5 meters wide right of the goal. Some more physical play. And the referee letting it go.
Let him play, ref. Guys. No. Yeah, hey, if you can't be over here if you guys are gonna talk, because we can hear you from over here.
And the ball trying to find the pivot. And Ole with a key chance. Great defensive play by Rogers. clearing it back into Olay's half as we see a couple of subs. As we see America Lemus and Citali Luna. And of course the goalkeeper, Kaylee Sarnicola. She's seen a lot of action last week and this week. Very athletic keeper, Sarnicola. And the pass to Natalia Diaz. Not getting where it needed to be. Diaz is a very quick winger and a great steal by Olay. Going for that 1v1. Solid pass, just a little bit out of reach for the surging America Lemus. But it was a valiant long-range pass. Intended deep. As we see Hernandez with the inbounds. Flores coming out as the extra attacker. Oh, how did that not go in? It was a great attack by Chicago, who still retained possession. Oh, a beautiful move in the center. Still holding possession. Look at this work. And the shot forcing a great save by Sarnicola and Kira Rufka. The late signing today, showcasing some excellent foot skills. And Chicago were just perfectly in sync. As we take a look at Kira Rufka. As if Chicago needed any more firepower. And that was an awkward inbounds. Intended. Target just let the ball roll through her legs. And Olay just looking to get their rhythm. Doing everything they can to try and stop Chicago, but nothing really has worked. As we see Rufka putting it on target. And again, Rufka, the confidence on her. Oh, cuts into the middle with the left shot. They'll get the corner kick now to add to their 5-goal lead. And a shot denied by Sarnicola. And high pressure by Rogers forcing the turnover. And Sarnicola's just been peppered in goal with shot after shot. Another shot forcing Sarnicola to go down. Not too much to worry about on that one. Oh, and a very, very nice run through the center. Chicago. Oh, a key opportunity to make it number 6, but not able to finish. And Olay will now take it out as we take another look at that opportunity from Kira Rufka. She's been highly effective in the last few minutes. Truly athletic and gifted with her feet, left and right foot. Something in futsal that's tremendously valuable. So many soccer stars from the past and present developing on the court. And we just had the first ever FIFA Women's World Cup. And this sport's only going to pick up as Chicago continue to press. A great pass over to Rogers. going off. An Olay player now corner. And this dynamic duo of Rufka and Mackenzie Rogers. You add Callie Hefter into the mix, and that is a dangerous trilogy. We'll call them the Trident. And a point-blank opportunity. Rogers gets it, and it's 6-0 Chicago. Chicago just laying it on thick now as the leading goal scorer in the Futsal Champions Series women's division continues to add to her tally. And Rufka finding the chest, Rogers making no mistake and finishing it out. And is there anybody who can stop this Chicago House side? Olay getting the shot, but easily stopped by Flores, who quickly counters as Rogers finds a wide-open Rufka. And Sarnicola wisely coming out to put it out of bounds. With Ashley Ladner now coming off to take a break. And Yurita Hernandez now coming on to work in tandem. Rogers with a nifty back-footed pass on a great ball in front. And a big block by the Olay defender. If it wasn't for Sarnicola, this game probably could be a lot wider than it already has been. And the pass just out of reach for the surging winger. And the speedy Hefner. Oh, great defensive play by Olay to prevent that seventh. And they'll try countering as Flores easily allows that roll. Eating just an extra couple of seconds, the intelligent Flores. A 97% save percentage across 5 games. You love stats, you have to love that. Flores has been absolutely sensational. And an easy foul for the referees to call against Olay. Flores with 13 saves. Last game versus Olay didn't allow one. The only goal going in against Isabella Gutierrez. And Chicago just continuing to press. They've just been unstoppable. This is an even better performance than it was last week. And a lot of these women making a case to try and get on the U.S. women's national futsal team. Who failed to qualify for the last FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup back in November, December, as the referee issuing a yellow card against Olay. And it will go against Satali Luna. Or, sorry, it was against Chicago. An interesting call there by the official. But Olay now with the free kick deep into their defensive zone. And Luna will take a couple of seconds to really analyze the best course of action now. And they appeared to do well a couple of times when they really split the dimensions of the court and maximized the 20-meter width. And now using the fifth attacker is Olay, just looking to get some confidence off the first one. This game seems so far out of reach the way that Chicago have played. And defensively, they've been rock solid. And it would certainly be of tremendous value, I think, to Evelyn Flores if she's able to hold on to the clean sheet. And Olay backtracking as Chicago press. Olay getting some movement. And easily denied by Chicago. And it's a wide open net. Backtracking is Sarnicola as we see Rogers going. Ooh, and just running slightly at the back wall. Now with a corner opportunity. A big chance now for Chicago. Denied by Olay, and another shot, forcing Sarnicola to make a difficult stop, and the follow-up by Rogers, not able to hit the goal. So we take a look at the bench of Olay. As we see Korinek currently on the U.S. Women's National Futsal team. And a lot of talent on this court. You have to wonder if Mackenzie Rogers is going to be a real part of that with her play. She's been dominant so far in the FCS Women's Series. And of course, Kirsten Korinek with her teammate Sitali Luna on the U.S. Women's National team. And the U.S. Soccer Federation getting a $50 million endowment from the Atlanta Falcons owner, Arthur Blank, as part of their new facility in Atlanta. As the shot stopped by Flores. Oh, the beautiful pass deflected, and just handling it in the nick of time with Sarnicola. We talked about the facility in Atlanta. It's actually going to include a professional futsal court meant for exhibition games and for training of the U.S. men's and women's national teams. And the U.S., from all accounts, has hired their new men's national coach. And that should be announced shortly by U.S. Soccer. And Chicago now pressing continually, well handled, and an easy foul for the referee to call against Sitali Luna. And a little shove on the back of the Olay player. The frustration of Luna, not something easily you can say about the American national women's team player. As Flores comes out of her goal to assist in the fifth attacker role. And not able to touch it is Flores, who was in her own area. Once that goalkeeper crosses half, they can touch the ball for as long as they want and receive as many touches as they want. As we see the highly effective duo of Rogers and Kira Rufka looking to add their seventh. And a little bit of a mishit as Flores was trying to catch Sarnicola out of her goal. Ole have to throw absolutely everything to finally crack this shutout. And again, the fifth attacker coming in, and that's Sarnicola. Puts it on Flores, who has an open net. And not able to bury it. Flores would love to get on the score sheet. She loves to attack. And she's been a fantastic shot stopper. But she also has 2 goals and 1 assist on the campaign. It's a beautiful thing in futsal. Goalkeepers can score. They're a huge part of it. And some contact, not resulting in a foul call. And Chicago's bench getting up and making some noise. Can Ole get their first of the match? And a foul called against Ole. The frustration mounting. They've had a great campaign. 3 wins. And the sole loss last week to Chicago. And they will certainly lose tonight, barring an absolute miracle of epic proportions. And it will be the second loss of Rodriguez in either the men's or women's. The most successful coach in Futsal Champions Series is Fabian Rodriguez. They're going to be doing everything they can to try and get into the championship and get another opportunity to crack the riddle that is the Chicago House. And a surge forward again is Chicago. Will they get lucky number 7? And Ruvka just keeping the ball in bounds. And good pressure by Ole to force Chicago to go back. It's Caitlin Hazler back on the court. Oh, so much space, and the shot hitting the Ole defender. And there we see Sitlali Luna, currently on the U.S. Women's National Futsal team, but also the leading goal scorer for Ole. Came into this match as the second leading goal scorer in the league. The solid winger not going to be happy with this performance of the team today. Her 9 goals and 1 assist. Certainly the offensive charge for Ole this season. And also looking to extend her career off the court as a coach as she works with the Ole Youth Academy. And a shot directly hitting Sarnicola in the chest. Sarnicola has had to be alert all game long. But a goalkeeper can only do so much, especially when you got the likes of Rogers, Hafner, and the new signing, Kira Rufka. An offensive juggernaut is Chicago. And a nice scoop into the goal area, but no one to be found. And a foul again. Going against Olay. They've been frustrated, and rightfully so. The Chicago performance tonight has been absolutely scintillating. And that is the 6th accumulated foul. And as we said, that results in a 10-meter PK. And they're going to reward their goalkeeper, Flores, with the opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Big shot and a big save by Sarnicola, goalkeeper to goalkeeper. And you got to love that move by Da Silva and Hernandez to allow their keeper to try and get on the score sheet. And Olay with some space. Oh, not taking the shot, opting instead to pass it. Now she takes it, but Flores easily handles as Sarnicola rushes back, but the attempt by Flores to go full 40 meters just goes wide of the goal. A little bit of a forearm shiver there by Sydney Ryan. And some calm play by Gutierrez. She rushes towards the goal area. No foul called as Olay regroup in their own half. And there's just about 30 seconds remaining here in the match. Can Chicago hold on to the clean sheet? They take the shot. And it takes a deflection. Now a corner opportunity for Olay. The inbounds. And Sarnicola puts the shot, and it gets a piece of Flores and trickles out of bounds. And Flores now talking to her defender. She's not happy one bit, even with the shutout. This woman is a competitor of the highest order and goes deep, but not able to hit the back of the net is Olay desperately looking for one more attempt to try and break the shutout. But it is going to be Chicago clinching their spot into the championship match. And the buzzer horns. And just like that, Chicago House with an emphatic 6-0 victory over Olay Futsal Club. And it was a standout performance by the entire team. A great game plan by Hernandez and Da Silva to get the well-deserved 3 points and remain undefeated. 6 wins from 6 matches for the Queens of Aqua Green. And it's back to the drawing board for Olay. Currently in second place in the FCS standings.
Yeah, just slide it.
And there we have it. The 6-0 victory from Chicago over Olay puts them with 18 points. Olay sitting on 9. Lansing City in 3rd place and Shoreline in 4th. It was a dominant performance from start to finish. Great performances, particularly by Mackenzie Rogers, Hefner. And the new signing, Kira Rufka, making a statement of intent. And make sure you stay tuned tonight. It is Futsal Saturday here in the US of A at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central Time. It is Shoreline taking on Lansing City in an absolute pivotal match in the men's division, followed by a big-time game at 8 p.m. as Olay Futsal Club, undefeated on the men's side, take on Detroit Imperial. And that will be something truly unique.
You guys are leaving right now, right?
Olay still undefeated. And a win tonight would put them over Shoreline with 2 games in hand. Again, 5 o'clock, Shoreline Lansing, 8 p.m. Detroit Olay, and it's all free right here on the Futsal Champions Series YouTube. We hope you enjoyed this women's clash between the Chicago House, who were 6-0 victors over Olay Futsal Club. I'm Chris Fernandez, and on behalf of the Futsal Champions Series and excellent production team, we hope you enjoyed the match, and we'll see you again at 5 o'clock Eastern.
Sliding tackle, and if Montez saved that, outstanding effort as well.
Lansing City in the attack, moving it. Blanco, did he make it? He did, says the referee. Goal number 4 for Lansing City. They pull ahead.
It was a pass to Blanco.
Yeah, Blanco
got
touched
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Blanco
wow.
touched it.